So, hello and welcome to the Human Behind the Career Brand podcast. I'm the host, Jeanette Walton, a career brand consultant and a Humans Matter champion committed to helping others deep dive into their many human facets that make them unique, fabulous beings. Research is indicating that humans more than ever are craving human connection across both professional and personal or consumer contexts. And this is despite and maybe even because of the onslaught of AI and other digital technologies. So, my primary mission with this podcast is to inspire each of us to value and appreciate our multifaceted strengths, experiences, and offerings, both as professionals and as human beings, and to highlight that humans' stories and connections will always matter, both personally and professionally. So my next guest for this podcast series is Kirsty McClay. Kirsty has been working in the market research space for many years now. Her latest role is as the leader of market insights for the Australian Catholic University, and she's previously worked for both national and international organisations across Australia, Singapore and the UK. This includes TNS and Reality Check Research. Kirsty permanently relocated from London to Melbourne in the early 2000s. And in more recent years, she started up a physical team-based activity that is popular in both of those countries. It's around 4 years ago that Kirsty first signed up to start playing cricket at the Richmond Union Cricket Club. She joined as a mature player, first participating in the winter season competition. Now that's commitment, in my eyes, when cricket is traditionally a summer sport. Despite being married to an Australian, Kirsty was completely new to cricket. She admits that she'd previously dismissed the game as boring, possibly due to her origins in Scotland, where cricket was not an overly visible sport, despite its relative popularity. Kirsty surprised herself by taking to cricket like a duck takes to water. And last season, her team won the grand final, while Kirsty won the Team Bowling Award. Now that she's an award-winning bowler, Kirsty is striving to master the art of batting. So far, it's proven to be a bit harder than bowling, but Kirsty finds that to be part of the attraction of playing cricket, the opportunity to continually learn and challenge yourself. So welcome, Kirsty. What a pleasure it is to have you on my podcast series.
Thanks, Jeanette. It's really great to be here. Looking forward
Yeah.
to talking all things cricket.
Yeah, all things cricket. I probably have a similar perspective to your former perspective, so I'm looking forward to being
I'm going to have to.
enlightened
You'll be
about the game.
sold. You'll be sold by the end of it.
Exactly. Look out, local cricket club. Here I come. So what do you think made you get into playing cricket, and why has it become a passion of yours?
Well, it was quite circumstantial, really, in that, I used to take my daughter to cricket and we would sit with all the other parents while they were playing cricket, not really watching it that much, except maybe when she was actually batting or bowling. But,
Socially.
I struck out, yeah, it was a very social thing. And I really, really liked the company of the other parents. And then one of them, this lady who I got on really well with, she just said to me one day, well, we're trying to get another team together. They already had one women's team. We're trying to get another team together. Why don't you come and give it a go? I said, I don't know anything. I had all the usual objections. I don't know anything about cricket. I've got no idea. And she said, but you'll be in a team with beginners. They're all going to be beginners. You'll be in the twos, not the ones. You'll all be in the same boat. So, why not? And I thought, well, why not then? I'll give it a go, and maybe I'll find out what is so great about this game of cricket. Which, there must be something about it. So,
Do you think it's more fun or more interesting playing than watching?
But I like both now, to be honest.
Now you appreciate the game, yeah?
Because I used to play tennis, and I also used to like watching tennis.
Yeah, okay. Because you understand what's happening and what's involved in terms of skills and
you realise there's so much more there is to it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. And your husband used to play cricket too. You were a cricket widow, is that right?
Well, yeah. When I first met him, he was playing cricket, and he still played it in Melbourne. But he now plays golf, and he's the only one in the family that doesn't play cricket, which is
irony.
Quite
the
amusing.
Irony. He must be very proud of you, though, that you've taken to cricket. So how do you think playing cricket benefits you personally?
Yeah, well, I think it's given me lots of benefits personally. I was thinking about this yesterday, and I think I'm happier. I feel more calm,
Wow.
fulfilled, because I've got something outside of my work that is quite mentally and physically taxing. So it does really put things into perspective for you and make you realize that, there's more to your life than your work.
Yes.
So I guess it's made me kind of a bit of a more well-rounded human
Yeah.
being.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also that, the women that I've met are all really great women. They're, from lots of different backgrounds. We rarely talk about work. We talk about other things. And they're also a very sort of community-minded bunch as well. So it's probably made me think about more about those kinds of things as well. And sort of, you know, it'd be nice to do a lot of other things outside of work, not just
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
my own
So
enjoyment,
it's
but if I can help
inspiring you to
others as well. Yeah.
step away from work more and pursue other activities. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's just, it is a really challenging game as well, so, it takes you out your comfort zone,
Yeah. And
which
that's really
always
important too, isn't it? For
yeah,
all
so I
of us.
think that always makes you feel something, whether that's a sense of achievement or
Yeah.
fulfillment or just happier really.
Well, you're
Yeah.
doing well. You're making me think about cricket in a different way. Um, I just actually recently shared a statistic online about Nobel Peace Prize winning scientists. I heard on a podcast that they are 8 times more likely to have a creative hobby versus the non-prize winning scientists. So it really benefits us in so many ways having these alternative hobbies and passions.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I think, professionally, I hadn't really connected the two together, but I think in my work now, I am more balanced. I'm calmer. I'm probably a nicer person to work with. I think I'm more empathetic as well because, again, my cricket team because we're from all these different backgrounds and cultures. It does broaden your mind. I mean, I think my work, I'm probably more empathetic towards my team and their different needs and, they're at different life stage to
That's
what
fabulous.
I'm at now. So, it's
Yeah,
like putting
yeah,
myself back in their shoes again and thinking, oh yeah, I remember when my daughter was really young, it was really hard, you know.
yes. So it's
So
it's it's given you a greater appreciation for being around diversity and embracing that and factoring it in, yeah, all our differences.
yeah, but to your point about, the Nobel, I don't think I'm going to be winning a Nobel Peace Prize or anything like that.
Well, they're scientists, by the way, not market researchers.
Or
So
sorry, or science prize. But it has me. I think because I'm calmer at work, that you sort of got more space for being a bit more creative, for being more open to change.
yes,
So I have always been a real luddite, when it's come to technology. But I would say I'm really embracing, how I can make my workday more efficient with
wow,
AI, and also, looking at other things AI can help us with. I mean, I know it's definitely not going to replace, market research.
yeah. But how can you
So I
use it
know
as a
I
support
mean, it is
tool?
changing the industry. You kind of got to embrace it and
Yeah,
work with it, but still keeping, I guess, humanity at the
human
front
effort,
and center.
human effort in it.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. You've just
And
made me
also
think.
maybe making me think more strategically about things just because
Yeah,
it's such a strategic game. And I think, that's how I'm kind of looking at things, everything through that sort of lens now. So
yeah,
yeah.
wow. And you know what else is coming to mind as you were saying all that too is curiosity. So it's making you
Mhm,
more curious as well. Yeah.
mhm. Yeah,
How
yeah.
we
You
can
just
change the status quo at work.
yeah, I think because I used to be quite anxious, always be quite anxious about work. Well, and I think a lot of women are like this. Certainly women of maybe of my generation. Anxious about have we done a good job? Is it good enough? Whereas now I'm sort of, well, yes, it is. Yes, it is good enough.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's because this same podcast where they talked about the Nobel Prize winning scientists. It's because we tend to define ourselves by our career and our profession, but once you have these other passions and interests, yeah, you can handle the professional challenges and setbacks better because you know there's more to life than just your profession, yeah, is what they were
That's
saying.
right. Yeah, you've just got it in more perspective about everything, really.
Yeah, yeah, love that. Love hearing that. Another statistic, because I do love statistics. In Australia, female registrations to play cricket surged by 26% in 2022, around the time you started. And it's no doubt continuing to increase. Why do you think females are jumping in to play cricket?
Well, I mean, I think it's probably, that the barriers have been removed. Like, for example, when I was at school, the girls played hockey and netball and the boys played soccer and rugby.
Yes, you had
And
a
never the
well
two shall mix.
gender-defined sports.
Yeah, whereas now, my daughter played in a boys' cricket team up until the age of sort of 13. And then, yeah, and actually, no, older than that. She was still playing with boys when she was about 15 or 16. Anyway, so
Right.
it's completely opened up. It's available now. It wasn't available previously.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just did a podcast episode recently with someone who plays football, Aussie rules football, as an
Yeah,
older woman.
yeah,
Yeah, and I mean, when we were younger, no
yeah.
one would have even thought
I
of
mean,
doing that.
it's still got a long way to go, though, to get parity with the men, I think.
Of course.
I mean, the club that's most local to me doesn't have a women's program yet. And
Like,
in
yeah,
our program, the men have got a professional coach, but the women don't. The men get professional umpires at all their games. We often have to umpire our own games, so
and
it's
don't
not,
even talk about
we're
the
not there yet, but
pay gap, yeah? Don't talk about the pay gap. Yeah, and you've got a niece who's playing cricket at, that more elite league level, yeah?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so it's happening. It's slowly happening. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's got had lots of opportunities, which is great.
Yeah, absolutely. And I may know the answer to this based on what we talked about with respect to your award, but what would you define as your main superpower as a cricket player?
Well, actually, um, I didn't use I wasn't thinking about my award. If I think
So what's
about this,
Yeah, because it can be a superpower as well. It doesn't have to be a physical.
I think and I think a lot of the women in my team have this superpower, is we play for the team. So, sometimes we have had the odd player where they've been more about their performance and they just don't
No
fit
I
in
in
really.
team, as they say.
Sorry?
There's no I in team.
No, so it's all about, taking more risks when we need the runs and not thinking about your own stats, or not trying to sort of get on strike all the time so you can get more runs. And so it's like, and it's all thinking about that, the team outcome, I think.
And that's complementing what you do at work as well by the sounds of it too, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, that's what, once I started thinking about this, really did strike me how much it probably has changed the way I sort of think and operate at work. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, love that. Love that. And what is it about playing in a team that particularly appeals to you?
I think it's got to be that sense of sort of camaraderie.
Shared
Uh,
goal as such?
Sorry,
A
shared goal.
shared
Yeah, shared
goal?
goal. And when I played tennis, it wasn't like that. Well, it's an individual
Yeah.
sport, really. But I think, and especially in my cricket team, I'm sure maybe they're not all quite as sort of supportive as mine. But it can be a really cruel game. When you get a duck or you get smacked around when you're bowling. And
By a ball,
sorry.
get hit by a ball.
It hit me. I wasn't thinking so much about the physical side of it, Jeanette, but the team you just move on. You don't dwell on it because the team don't hold it against you because I mean they know that next week that could be them in that situation. But
So there's the empathy as well.
yeah, it is. It's like, oh, they don't worry about it. It's fine. Don't worry. But my team, I suppose as we're kind of like a development team. We are there just to really enjoy it. We're not looking to win
She
everything.
won a grand final.
Yes, we did. We did. Caveat that with it was Division 5, which was the bottom division.
Doesn't matter. Still a grand final.
Well, we moved up a division. We're third from the bottom this year, but we still won a few games. But we're still really enjoying it. So I think
It's all that matters, isn't it? So moving up to that next level, have you played at that next level yet?
yeah. So I think
Is it more high pressured?
yes, it is. I mean, because I actually had a bit of a setback this season, in that I fractured my ankle while I was walking the dog the week before the season started, and I was in denial. I thought, "Oh, I'll be fine," but then after an X-ray and a scan, I was told that it would be 3 months rehab of said ankle. So I've actually only played 2 games this year while everyone else is onto their 11th game. But I did stay, I didn't want to not be involved. So I scored for the team every week, just
Yes.
to stay involved. And they've all been really appreciative of that because everyone hates scoring. Well, most people hate scoring.
Yeah.
So they have been very grateful. But of course, they've been sitting there just itching to get back on and play. But yeah, it's definitely the competition is harder.
Yeah. Yeah.
But do you know what? The women in the other teams as well are also lovely. I mean, you get the odd one. Most, I would say, on the whole, they're just a really nice
You're there
bunch.
to enjoy yourselves and be
Yeah, and I
part of
mean that's
something bigger, yeah?
it was yeah. Last week the team was probably average age 25. Our average age was probably 55.
Was there a notable difference in the playing?
Yeah, I mean they beat us, but they were so lovely. They were really nice girls.
Yeah. And again, there's that diversity as well, yeah? Like
Yeah,
mixing with all the different age ranges as well.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
love that.
yeah.
So, what's your favourite position to play in cricket and why?
Well, I think maybe it is bowling. It's not a position as such. I think because well, I won the award. And it can be
Good at it,
excruciating.
yes.
It can be excruciating when it goes wrong, of course. But when you bowl a good ball and you get a wicket or they can't hit it, it's just it's the best feeling, and you just sort of bask in the admiration of your team for a few moments, and it's also a reward, I think, for all the hard work because, I mean, for me, it doesn't come naturally. I've had to put a lot of time into it.
Into
I was
I
even going
wouldn't
up to the
I
nets.
assume it's the overarm bowling, yeah? I don't think I'd be able to do it.
Yeah, yeah, and there's a lot of footwork associated with it as well. And, I was going up to the nets by myself with a bag of balls, and there was often this other dad there with his son at the same time as me, so I got to know him quite well at the nets,
Did he give you
and I'd
some
just be
tips?
up there by myself. Sorry.
Did the father give you some tips?
No, no, he didn't. But we do chat quite a lot because I still see him
Yeah, yeah.
this year as well. Yeah, he's asking how my cricket's going and stuff.
I imagine you'd have a very healthy appreciation of bowlers like Shane Warne now, yeah? What's involved?
Oh yeah, well
The late great Shane
I
Warne.
don't bowl like him yet. I've got a long way to go, Jeanette.
So
I mean, I've come a long way, but
his name's safe at the MCG stand for now.
it is.
Has there ever been a moment where you doubted or questioned why you decided to start playing cricket?
I don't think there has. I think maybe when I first started, I thought you'd think maybe I would then, but it was just the women I was playing with were just such a welcoming bunch of women. I just felt fully supported, and we
It's
were all
felt
in the
right.
same
The whole
boat.
ride has felt right.
Yeah, everything just sort of fell into place, and it was always a bit of a revelation for them as well, I think, about what a great time they were having, to the point that I think the cricket club Christmas do, one of them made a speech, about just how amazing it was and what a great bunch of women, and we were just all in tears.
Oh, that's so lovely. Yes, it's real sounds like a real camaraderie. That's coming across in a lot of these podcast episodes with people when I talk about their passion or hobby. Like a lot of the time, it's that socialization aspect as well that's really bringing benefits to them. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, and we're just and so some of them have had a few injuries, and then we all sort of club in, we get them a big care package
Oh,
and, that sort of thing.
you
Or
really look out for each other.
one of them had an academic, knew of this Indian PhD student who was coming to Australia. And he was a real cricket fan, wanted to play cricket while he was here, but he was from a very poor background, so he had no gear. So we all contributed old gear. I gave him an old bat that was my niece's. It was a pretty good one, actually. It
You
was
would have
too
been
heavy for
around.
me, so I gave him this bat, and then the others gave him pads, and he ended up
Wow.
playing for the men's team. Yeah,
Wow. Did you say he was from India?
yeah,
Yeah, go figure. He loves cricket.
oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Like you don't have to name names, but what would the oldest age be out of curiosity in your team?
I think the oldest player is 63 in my
Wow.
team. Yeah, but I think there's some older than that in some of the other teams, even.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. Fantastic.
So yeah, we should be playing for a while, a while yet.
Yeah. I just interviewed someone about running, and she's in her 50s, and she's like, "Oh, I hope I can." She loves it so much. I hope I can keep doing this for as long as possible. And then we talked about, when she goes to some of these marathons, and that there's people in their 70s and 80s still running. So keep going as long as you can. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, what would be your most outstanding achievement as a cricket player?
Well, it was this one-handed, left-handed catch that I'm pretty proud of. But I mean, it's probably winning the team bowling award for last year.
What did that mean to you getting that?
But it meant it was kind of like, I guess it was recognition of all the work that I put in. Like I was saying earlier,
Time at the net.
because I had a bit of a wobble during the season, and that can happen to a lot of cricketers. Apparently, as my husband told me, you can just have a really bad season, you can lose your confidence. And I'd lost all my rhythm in my bowling, which is so important. But I just worked at it over the break, over the Christmas break. And I came back and I got it back again.
So you would say that was a mental issue more than a physical issue,
It
yeah?
was definitely a mental issue, yeah. It was
Yeah, wow.
definitely, yeah, it was. Because when you go up to bowl, everyone's watching you and the umpire's standing there. And, when you're bowling in the nets, you don't have the umpire standing there.
Yeah.
And it's really serious. It's like you're on the stage, really. And so you can, your heartbeat starts racing and you've got to really sort of calm, just pretend this doesn't matter. It's not important. Just, you know,
I think people underestimate, don't they, the pressure of top elite sports people, when there's an expectation of them playing well
I
all
know.
the
And
time.
that was just in Division 5 of
Yeah.
the women's.
Yeah. You just made me think of Kathy Freeman doing the run at the 2000 Olympics, yeah? Like the whole country, the pressure of the whole country, yeah. I can't imagine what that would be like. Just a couple of concluding questions that I ask all my podcast guests. The first one sounds a little bit dramatic, but I like to think it helps us to go a bit deeper in our thinking. So if the world and your life was to end tomorrow, what would your reflection be on the way being a cricket player has helped you to live a more fulfilling life?
I think it's just like we were saying, it's just made me realize there's so much more to life
Love that.
than work. Particularly when you're someone like me who is a little bit prone to worrying about things. It's just made me a more balanced, well-rounded, calm person, which, has lots of
Who would
other
have thought
benefits.
cricket would do that? Boring old cricket.
It,
Yeah.
it's, yeah,
Yeah. What a revelation for you, yeah? Love that. So lastly, what would be now this is humouring me as a career brand consultant. If we think about career branding as a professional, but to convey you as a multidimensional human who also enjoys playing cricket, how do you think we'd define your ideal career brand, or maybe the core brand elements that cricket has brought into your professional brand?
I guess that like the core elements would be being empathetic,
Was thinking that, yep.
being sort of flexible,
Calmer,
more
curious.
driven to sort of see, look for better ways to do things, because that's what I do in my cricket.
Yeah.
You're always looking for those tips and tweaks that'll, make your bowling better, or, and open to new things, embracing change, but also keeping the needs of the people that I work with, students that we're serving, just keeping their needs at the center of everything.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what else has come to mind to me is resilience based on what you said about, when you lost your flow with your bowling and all that time you spent at the nets and refining it. And, that's resilience. Yeah. Keep trying. If it doesn't work the first time, keep going. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Yeah, I hadn't
Yeah.
thought of
Yeah.
that, but I think you're right.
Yeah. That's all the questions I have. So it's been an absolute pleasure discussing cricket with you, Kirsty. Who knows, maybe by next summer, I'm not sure about in the winter, but maybe by next summer I might be checking out a local cricket club. You've made it sound very appealing. So thank you for your time. Thank you for sharing so much about your cricket journey.
Thanks, Jeanette. I might check up on you about that.
I'm sure you will. Thanks, Kirsty.
Okay.